Hello, I'm Hat, and welcome to All Hat, No Cattle, AHNC for short. Today's Anecdote Thursday is from over 27 years ago. It's a story of love found and nearly lost, all in one evening. The title of today's video is I'm Terrible with Names. With that said, let's get to it. I met my wife through my current brother-in-law. I worked with him when I was an air traffic controller, a very brief and unremarkable career. I got to know his wife, my wife's sister. We all became fast friends. One night while visiting, I noticed a wedding album. While perusing it, I saw her sister, who looked gorgeous. Had to meet her. Come that Thanksgiving, we all got together. At first, things were a little rocky. My friend's sister wasn't having a good time, but I'm the kind of person who wants to cheer people up. So I focused on her and got her smiling again. There was a great band playing at the bar we were at that night, and we danced a few times. After that, I thought, I've got to spend more time with this person. I'm very interested in her. So, old-fashioned guy that I am, I asked her sister if I could drive her home. I got a very perplexed look. Not everyone thinks the way I do. She said, sure, go right ahead. What do I care? I took my date, we'll call her Sue, to a local Perkins, a chain that I had spent a lot of time in when I was in college. We ordered a pot of coffee and some pie and just sat down to, as we used to say back in my hometown, chipping teeth. We talked and talked and talked. It was wonderful. We had an instant connection. We were almost finishing each other's sentences from the very beginning. Then about an hour into this wonderful confab, I realized I had forgotten her name. I was mortified. How did this happen? Well, it's fairly simple to explain. I had only heard her name once when we were first introduced, and had not used it for the entire evening. So I guess I can be excused for suddenly letting it slip my mind. But I didn't feel that Sue was going to see it the same way that I did. I had to think fast, because I couldn't just keep saying, yes, you're right, yes, I agree with you. You have to use a person's name in the conversation to personalize it. It's important. It's just good manners. So what could I do? It was 3:30 in the morning. I couldn't just excuse myself, walk over to the payphone. This was before cell phones, of course. Call her sister and say, hey, what's your sister's name again? I really need to know. That wasn't going to fly. So I sat there and racked my brain. It didn't take me long to come up with what I thought was the perfect solution. I looked at Sue and I said, you know what? I think we've spent enough time together. Let's show each other our driver's license photos, which, as you, my dear audience, knows, is a universally embarrassing moment that draws people together. Right? She looked at me a little confused at first, and then she thought, yeah, that'd be kind of a cute idea, and she acquiesced. I handed her my license, which was a fairly goofy photo, and she handed me hers. It was not goofy, it was stunning, just like she is. I remembered her name by repeating it to myself over and over again. Sue, Sue, Sue. I stared at it. I think she actually thought that I was getting a little weird by looking at her license as long as I had, but I had to burn that name into my memory. I finally gave up the license and then started using her name for the rest of the conversation, which lasted for several more hours. I guess I made a good impression because we were engaged just a month later. We were married not too long after that. Turns out neither of us are shoppers, we're buyers. 27 and a half years later, we're still going strong. Probably my proudest achievement. Here's the thing though. I forgot her name one more time in a most egregious fashion and in the worst possible moment. First, a little backstory. My first wife was named, we'll say, Sam, and there were a lot of coincidences between Sue and Sam. Both fathers were in the military, both had similar last names. It was kind of eerie, actually. The very first time Sue and I went to a party together, We were meeting friends of mine from my post-baccalaureate pre-med class. I walked into the front room with my lovely and talented wife, Sue, on my arm. I said, "Hi, everyone. This is my wife, Sam." Well, no one knew, so there was just, "Hi, Sam." I could feel her eyes burning through my temple and leaving a laser mark on the wall on the other side of my head. I immediately felt her stiffen, and I could tell right then and there that I was never going to live that down. And I haven't. I haven't. I try not to tell this story very often, and I'm probably going to upset Sue when she hears this tonight, but it's the truth. What can I say? I don't remember what I did to recover from that amazingly wicked faux pas. I doubt, however, that it was nearly as slick as my "let's look at each other's driver's licenses" ruse. Well, that's all for now. Obviously, I couldn't make myself look good in a video without tearing myself down within the same framework. Just the kind of guy I am. I very much appreciate y'all coming to my channel and watching these videos. It really means a lot to me. I of course hope you're getting some entertainment out of this as well. Please let me know in the comments what you think. Until next time, be well, and as always, thank you for your attention.